Okay, welcome to another Ask Me Anything with Career Development. And today we're going to focus on the resume. The resume is key to any job search process. It's crucial to any networking opportunity. And especially in a remote recruiting environment, that resume has to be in top shape in order for you to be able to stand out. I wanted to share the resume guidelines that we have available to all North Central College students in Handshake in order to walk through some of the top tips that we have for students in preparing their resume. So you should be able to see that on the screen in a few minutes. But what I wanted to share is, on average, a recruiter will spend 6 to 10 seconds taking a look at a resume, even though we've spent hours and hours on this one-page document and have had multiple people taking a look at it. We really need to make sure that the resume can do its work in 6 seconds. So it's going to be important to make sure that we are formatting and that we are spell checking and proofing it as much as possible and having as many people take a look at it as we can. So I typically tend to tell students to think about the 3 C's when it comes to the resume. Making sure that your resume is clear, right? It's not messy. There's not a lot of strange space all around. It is concise. So you're making sure that you're not writing in full paragraphs. You have to the point impact statements, and you're using as few words as possible because the recruiter is going to glean information. They're not reading a resume top to bottom, left to right. I wish you could see the way that a recruiter will read the resume. It goes, all over the page, from contact information to education to dates, skills. So the recruiter's eyes are gleaning information. And your resume has to be consistent. Your formatting needs to be consistent throughout the page. That is going to be what helps guide the recruiter's eyes to the different pieces of information that they're looking for. You're going to want to make sure that your resume you're doing the most work with stylizing your resume with the most basic elements that you have available to you. So your font, bold, indent, underline, and things, and all caps, right? No pictures, no graphics. You want your resume to stand out for the right reasons. You want your resume to stand out for the content, the information, and most importantly, the accomplishments that you have listed in there. Not for your graphics, unless you're a graphic design major, and not for your picture. We definitely do not want pictures in the resume. And also, you want to make sure that you're sending your resume as a PDF, right? That's going to make sure that whatever formatting that you put into this resume is going to stay exactly the way it is. It's not going to run off to a second page. It's not going to shift things over to another line. Once you have your formatting in place, which takes some time, you're going to want to make sure that the recipient sees it exactly the way that you have formatted it by sending it as a PDF. All right, so a couple of things that I think is going to be helpful for you as a North Central College student to make sure that your resume is together. You have a lot of resources available to you. So number one, if this is your first time ever creating a resume, you can use the North Central College template. You'll find it on Handshake. You will literally be able to download a Word document that's already formatted with the headings that you need. The dates are where they need to be, and the different sections are in place. You need to just put in your information. It takes all the guesswork out of formatting your resume and what should be included. So I recommend that you use the template. Secondly, you have options to have us review your resume. Our career peer advisors are available and they're trained to be able to review resumes for you. So if you go to Handshake, look for a drop-in resume review appointment with a career peer advisor. You can also have it reviewed by one of us in the career development office by making an appointment in advance. And lastly, wanted to share with students that an approved resume in Handshake is going to be is required for you to be able to apply to the thousands of jobs that are available in Handshake. So make sure that you stay on top of updating your resume now, so that when you see that job that you're interested in, or you're ready to head off to the career fair, that resume is already ready to go. So those are my top tips and resources available for students in terms of the resume. This is the time to get it ready. Fall recruitment season has started. Employers are ready to meet with you, including this Friday with US Cellular. So making sure that your resume is ready is an important, critical, crucial step. All right, having said that, Mac, were there any questions that you feel like popped up for that, or anything else you would add?
One thing that came up to my mind that I think would be useful to ask is sometimes capstones for like business majors have like an internship of sorts as their capstone project. Would that go under work experience, or would that go just under education?
Yeah, well, I think that really depends. And the best way to kind of take a look at that is to see what you have in the other parts of your resume as well. So many times your resume is formatted as such that it would fit perfectly under that education section, or maybe you already have a section for projects or group work, depending on what your experiences are. So I would probably include it in one of those sections. You might have a relevant experience section or a coursework section that might go into. My best advice there is to meet with a career professional to see where it fits best into your resume, and know that that's going to change a year from now, 2 years from now. When you start getting other experiences, it might get moved into a different section, or it might drop off completely.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to stop the recording there, and we'll make this available for students to access it in the future. And thanks again for joining.